Hey traders, TG Watkins here. It is October 2nd when I'm recording this, and this is your Daily 5. Now, stick to the end. I'm going to be showing you guys about the Money Show. We've got some discounts for that, and the Simpler Trading Summit that we also have in Orlando. It's just going to be a weekend full of stocks and markets and talking, everything like that, and really getting to meet each other. It's been a while since we've done some in-person stuff, so super excited to be talking about this stuff. And if you guys, I know we also do some virtual things for the Money Show. I've got a spot there. I'll be at the Simpler Trading Summit, so really looking forward to seeing a bunch of you guys out there. And yeah, be sure to get your tickets pretty soon. I know some of these discounts go away after a bit of time. All right, so some of the first things that I wanted to show you guys, kind of talking about market breadth. So it is very interesting to see that we have now gotten the 20-day number of stocks, or the 20-day SMA, down to a level where we do tend to find local bottoms. You know, the market is extremely oversold. Number of stocks over the 20-day SMA are down to 10%. It's very, very, very low. You can see even the last time that we got to about that number, we did see a bounce. It was not the low, but we did see a bounce, and we've seen it very similar occasions in the past. So that's looking pretty rough, and just basically to a point where, you know, we think about the market as a pendulum that kind of goes up and then swings down and then swings up and swings down. Well, where are you at? Well, we're at the low area, you know, we're very, very low. We're no longer up here at the top, which we saw at the end of July, as that was very overbought, and now we're very oversold. So trying to see if the market's going to hammer out a bottom of some sort. We can also see the same thing with the number of stocks over their 50-day SMA. And you can see when we get down to this very, very low area, right now we're down to 12%, you know, it's just very low. And the market tends to not have any other direction to go except starting to reverse to the upside. Now, I'm looking for these things. There are a handful of names that are starting to pick up on this and do well, but it is not broad-based. So we do need to be careful about the stocks that we pick and make sure we're in good stocks. So here's another one to look at. This is new highs versus new lows. And of course, we would love to be seeing things like this where we're seeing new highs trending up. And we can't quite say that yet. It's going to take a little bit of time if this is the low in the market. If it does start to move up, it's going to take a little bit of time before we start seeing those new highs. But the interesting thing that I like to look at is when you see it's kind of like a washout, you know, the capitulation dip, the capitulation low, you tend to see a high number of new lows kind of flare up like this. And that is the thing where it's like, okay, so that was the washout. That is what helped kind of, you know, throw everything out there, you know, baby out with the bathwater, and then we finally see it start to turn the other direction. And we're starting to kind of see that in through here, okay? So it doesn't have to be huge, you know, especially if we're in an uptrend, you start to see kind of new lows tick up, and then we go the other direction. So the combination of the internals showing that the number of stocks over certain key moving averages is very, very low. And then we can also see that we've had an uptick in new lows, and that might correlate with this low. We could see even to a lesser extent that last one we had, but remember that was not the low, that was just a low. So just going to be keeping an eye on this and seeing if we can start with these internals, noticing if the market's going to turn the other direction to the upside. Now the other thing is, if we come over here and we look at the SPY itself, the big picture, this is the monthly chart over here, is we got really overbought in at the end of July, basically. Price got really far away from its monthly moving averages, and oh look, here we are sitting right back on the monthly 10. And, you know, we're brand new in October, so we'll have to see if this candle actually sits here and stays above it. But if it does, that's good news. We've pulled back to support, and now we need to see if we can continue to move up. The next thing I want to draw your attention to is we are seeing some MOXY positive divergence. So we've made new lows, but notice the MOXY indicator is slightly higher. That is also a form of positive divergence, and now I'm basically looking to see if this is going to hammer out a low the way it hammered out a low right there. So this is in line with what I'm looking for, and seeing if this is going to start trending back to the upside. And the other thing I can point out is on the daily chart, we did hit that third ATR, and we really ran that third ATR. So we are very, very oversold, and I'm looking for the market to move back up. As it does, if it does move up, we have to, you know, basically prove and see if this is actually going to be a continuation to the upside, or if it's going to come up and then roll over again. Okay, we just don't know enough right now, but I do know that things are very oversold and we should be noticing something to the upside. We just need to wait for it to actually kick in. The next thing I do want to call your attention to is notice that the market made new lows, okay, or a lower low. That's kind of what I want to show you, like a lower low. And you take that and you compare it to other stocks and say, okay, which ones have relative strength? Well, you come over here and we could even look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin today is actually having a pretty good day. This is the ETF for Bitcoin, GBTC. I know some people don't like it, but I'm just going to be using it here. And what's amazing is to see that's making a higher low, okay? And for the whole time that the market was pulling back, this pretty much went sideways. So this looks like a fairly good consolidation pattern. And we could even say, here, and we've got some positive divergence on the hourly chart. And now we have another Moxie price trigger to the upside. So it's looking fairly good. Looking fairly good. The last one that we got this Moxie price trigger was on a big blip. That didn't really last. You see that price had to kind of come back to reality. And then it didn't quite do anything yet. The market was pulling back. But remember, higher low compared to the market that's making a lower low. So go look at Riot, Mara, Hut, some of those other cryptos, and you'll see that they're starting to pick themselves up off the floor. And so, if crypto moves up, that's usually a risk-on type thing. So I'm very interested to see if that starts to tell us anything. And then just another one to kind of show the point of what I'm seeing out there. Airbnb. I'm not saying this is going to be like the greatest of all stocks, but I'm showing you patterns that I'm seeing. DraftKings is doing this. I think Microsoft is doing this. There are a fair number of names that are doing this kind of pattern where, we had a big move up. Everything had a big move up June, July, okay? And then they topped out. Now, look at Airbnb. In one sense, when it pulled back, where is it pulling back to? It's pulling back to its previous high level. So that looks like an area of support. And number two, you look at this on the weekly time frame. Even though it's been zigzagging, does it look that bad? No, not yet. In fact, it looks like it pulled back to support, bounced a little bit, pulled back to support, and it looks like it could continue at some point to move up. Also, remember, made a higher low. It made a higher low compared to the market making a lower low. So yeah, just a little bit further, and I want to see if this thing can actually hold. If it can, we will start seeing it engage with its lower time frame moving averages. We will see these moving averages cross positively, and then we should be up on our way. If it doesn't happen, well, then these things are going to fall back over. They won't hold their moving averages. Those will continue to move down, and they'll just deteriorate and fall back down. So you just need to always remember, hey, this is what I'm looking for the upside, and if that doesn't happen, then we need to make sure we understand when to get out and if things just deteriorate. All right, so thanks again. That was your Daily 5. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And here are the coupons. Now, of course, the links for these are very long and weird, and you're not going to memorize them nor take the time to type them in. So we do have them in the comments section or in the description that you guys can link to the preferred pass discount or the standard pass discount. So, come on in, grab these things. As I said, these discounts probably won't last until the end. And yeah, just be great to see you guys there. And then as for me, I'm going to be speaking Monday, October 30th at 2:15 to 2:45. It's going to be a great time, so I'm going to be putting that project together. Got some ideas that I want to be showing everybody about and how I've been working this market. And then, as far as simpler trading, we're going to be doing the Orlando Summit. So this is a simpler trading specific event. It's going to be just before the money show. We're basically piggybacking off of it since we know everybody's going to be in Orlando. Might as well keep the number of flights down. We're going to be doing this October 27th and 28th, and would love to see more people here. So come on in, check these things out. We'll put all the links in the description, and would love to see you guys there. Thanks again, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye.